Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Norwich City Career Mode. This is episode 8 and today we'll have two games. The first one here is at Carrow Road against Sheffield Wednesday. So this is our team, pretty strong team. We're going with a compact midfield because I didn't really want to play wingers in this game. But the first chance came here in the 8th minute as Hooper plays through Jerome. Jerome gets inside and it was a really bad finish. Probably should have scored. But then the first chance for Sheffield Wednesday comes Coke pushes off Dorrans. It comes to Mattock who strikes it. Ruddy makes a good save, but he couldn't get up quick enough because Maga Homer scores to make it 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. So while you're seeing that, I'll just give you a quick update. Share Factory has, I think, touch wood, fixed itself. It's not giving me any more problems anymore, so the episodes should be back to normal. But here you see Adrian chip it over towards Cameron Jerome, who scores. I backed out of the game accidentally, but I was able to get back in quick enough and score the goal. So it was 1-1 here. Cameron Jerome gets another of the season. I think it's his 6th this season. Really nice finish. Amazing chip by Adrian, who's been really good this season. Great signing from Leeds, and Cameron Jerome gets his 6th goal of the season. But here you see Gary Hooper pacing forward, takes on Louvens, beats him, should score, tries to power it, and the keeper, Kieran Westwood, made an amazing save there. But Bradley Johnson picks up the ball. Ofoe does a nice pass to Graham Dorrans, who scores to make it 2-1. What a goal this was. It probably was Kieran Westwood's fault as Graham Dorrans goes over to celebrate with the Barkley end. But it was an amazing shot by him. There's a really good angle in a sec, which you'll see it on. Hit it first time through two defenders, and it was a lovely pass from Ofoe. And Graham Dorrans just teed it up. It probably would have looked much better if it went in first time. But here is a great angle where you can see it go past two heads. Kieran Westwood, I thought he'd think it might be going over, but it didn't. It went in the back of the net, and that made him look like a bit of an idiot, to be honest. But Graham Dorrans, that's his first goal of the season, and he couldn't really have asked for a much better one there. So yeah, and that is 2-1 at half time. No more chances after that, so we're going quite a comfortable lead. But unfortunately the sixth game clean sheet run had ended just a few minutes in. But here you see Olsen try and strike it. Went for a long pass from the corner, but it didn't work. But here Maguire comes forward, and really nice passing play this is to get in the box. Back to Maguire, gives it over to Stevie May. And if you go on my channel and scroll down to when I was doing the Racing Santander career mode, there's a really nice goal called Lovely Passing Goal, and this was just like that, but with a better finish. It was a good finish, but Ruddy probably should have stayed on his line, and Stevie May had a bit of a tap-in, to be honest. So yeah, that was 2-2. We conceded 2 goals, unfortunately, when in 6 games before we hadn't conceded a single one. But then Olsen whips it in, Wes Houlihan goes to the header, and Kieran Westwood tips over, but that was full time, unfortunately. 2-2 final score. It's not a bad result. We move off top of the league. We're now down to 3rd, I think. But here is the big game, the feature game in this episode. Capital One Cup game, home to Manchester City at Carrow Road. Both games at Carrow Road in this episode. Unfortunately, I had to rotate the squad for this game, so Jos Højveldt, who hasn't played this season, will get a chance in the first team. But Manchester City's team, it's amazing, but it's not their first quality. No Joe Hart, no Company, no Aguero, but the first chance comes to Manchester City here as Yaya Toure picks up. Yaya Toure, lovely backheeling towards Jovetic. Jovetic turns and shoots, but it's deflected, and Fernandinho gets a rebound. Unfortunately, he scores, so we knew Manchester City would be good, but we didn't think they'd be this good, as Fernandinho scores to put it 1-0, only in the 6th minute as well. Manchester City looking very happy there because they know that could be the goal that takes them through. But the next chance comes just here from kickoff as Lafferty picks up the ball, takes it past Yaya Toure, beats him with a slide tackle, and then gets inside of Mangala. And what a save this was by Caballero. Joe Hart wasn't playing, but it was still a really good save. But here comes Redmond forward. Ronaldo chops inside, and the finish lets him down, to be honest, with his left foot. But here Whittaker picks it up, plays it through towards Houlihan. Houlihan waits for Lafferty to make a run. Lafferty does make a run. He's on the end of it. Lafferty tries to chip the keeper, and it goes just over the bar. I don't think Caballero was getting anywhere near it, but it looked really nice as he chipped it over the defender who slid. Caballero didn't touch it, and it touched off the bar. But if you look now, because this was a lovely goal, as Ake played it into Will Hughes, who nutmegged Yaya Toure, and Houlihan beats Fernandinho with an amazing piece of skill and scores. If you're doing something else at the moment, just look down, because I have a replay of this goal. It was one of the nicest goals I've scored on FIFA, because Will Hughes nutmegs Yaya Toure without looking, and then Houlihan gets on the ball, body feints to the right as Lafferty's sitting on the floor there, and just really nice finish to the top right of Caballero. So we had been the better team in this game, but it was 1-1. But here you see David Silva take it past Stephen Whittaker with a lovely skill, pass into Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure whips it in with his left foot. Sinclair's there, shoots, but Ruddy makes a good save. And that was all that happened until half-time of the game, which was still 1-1. But then you see Aguero come forward. They needed to bring him on because they couldn't get past the defenders. And his shot is saved by Ruddy. But then Milner has a header, and Ruddy makes yet again another save. But here's Zabaleta whips in the 80th minute. Mangala gets up the header. They were playing all-out attack, which means the defender goes forward, and that defender was Mangala. But here comes Aguero, gives it to Scott Sinclair, who plays it through to Mangala, and his shot goes just wide. 87th minute now, Lewis Graben gives it to Houlihan, and Graben comes forward here. He could win the game for Norwich. Lewis Graben, oh, what a save by Caballero. We'd expect it, and nothing came with a rebound. But the last chance of the 90 minutes came here as Bradley Johnson beats Zabaleta, gets inside, and Caballero makes yet another amazing save. But then that was all that happened until the 90th minute, where it was still 1-1, so the game would go to extra time, because this is a Capital One Cup. So here Houlihan picks up the ball, pacing forward. Lafferty is making a run on the right. Houlihan gives it to Lafferty, takes on Fernandinho, beats him, and what a save this was again by Caballero. He had been the man of the match, but Aguero comes forward here, and what a sitter this was, but he put it wide. The fans in Carrow Road getting a bit nervous there, as you see Higuain comes on as a substitute, but Clichy whips it in, Mangala heads it down, falls to Sinclair, beats Nathan Ake, and scores for Manchester City. So as you can see, John Ruddy just fall on the floor there. He collapsed, because at this moment we knew we were going out, because we'd been knocking on the door of Manchester City all game. We hadn't got in except for the goal, but here they come out and they score to make it 2-1. And unfortunately that was heartbreak for us, because that was full time, 2-1 to Manchester City. We couldn't do anything about it. But in the next episode I should have a new mic, so the audio will be a bit more clear. If you did enjoy this episode, leave a like. Thanks for watching episode 8 of Norwich City Career Mode, and see you for episode 9.